Burke leaves, and his place as partner for MacDonald is taken by Harvey, who we'll see in a moment. But first it's again MacDonald, and the supreme ease with which he gets Loder away through mid-wicket. Now the start of an innings deluxe from Neil Harvey, and it's Loder who gets an early taste of what's to come. Seldom has the left-hander manhandled a strong England attack with such vigour. Seldom has Melbourne seen so determined an Australian recovery after so early a setback. Solid defence wasn't lacking in his make-up either, but attack was the Harvey mood, and Bailey is due to experience the same treatment already handled out to Loder. There's a beautifully timed drive, and we follow the ball to its inevitable destination. There was a marked quickening in tempo after the arrival of Harvey. Bailey's the bowler here, and it's mercilessly thumped away for the Australian to scamper through for a well-run 3. Again it's Statham, and although MacDonald is still among the runs, he's just been overhauled by his partner. They take the score rapidly through the 30s, linger a while in the 40s against very accurate bowling, and then go past the half-century. Indeed, an excellent recovery. With an hour to play and 2 of the best men in, Peter May calls for the sobering influence of the Laker off-spinners. He, too, is soon trading at a loss. Harvey's on 40 and goes smartly on to 44, again at the expense of a fine bowler who found little friendship in the hard Melbourne pitch. Harvey's on 44, but only for a second, because 48 is soon thumped against his name. After that boundary, Harvey took a single. Then in Laker's next over, his half-century stood literally just around the corner. As you can see, Harvey was outstripping his partner, and that remained the pattern of events for the remainder of the day. We single out a final Harvey gem, his last glittering gesture during an afternoon which will be remembered for the sparkle he gave it. Laker to Harvey, and a quiet note to end the day's play which saw Australia on 96 for the loss of 1 wicket, that is 163 behind on the first innings with 9 wickets intact. The third day, the same batsmen were together at lunch, but soon afterwards Statham, off this ball, broke the partnership. MacDonald gets an outside edge, and Graveney snaps up the catch. MacDonald had spent over 4 hours at the wicket for his 47 and a stand of 126 with Harvey. That means another left-hander, right-hander pair will continue the Australian innings, for O'Neill is next in. O'Neill, who had made an impressive big cricket debut in the first test at Brisbane. His first danger is Statham, and he survives it. We see Tony Locke doing battle with Harvey, and the artistry of a batsman who had gone into the 90s in one of the finest knocks of his cricketing career. Both he and O'Neill were thriving in the Melbourne sunshine which had followed 2 overcast days. And it's the Sydney batsman now facing Locke who lends his own brand of grace and goes ahead by way of the vacant outfield. Much the same ball comes along. That's O'Neill's reply, and they scuttle through for a single which very nearly wasn't worth the effort. But Harvey remains, and the Australian score continues to build up with both batsmen well on top of an accurate but tiring English attack. The spin of Laker to a Harvey on 99. He needs a single. It's taken Neil Harvey 4.5 hours, and he starts unfolding some beautiful shots, all of them marked with the stamp of the truly great batsman he is. Neil Harvey's century is his 4th against England and his 17th in all Test matches. And how delighted Melbourne was about it all. They had seen Australia recover from a shaky start, and the board made pleasant reading for a crowd which not unnaturally had its eyes on the Ashes. But the tussle goes on, with Loder trying to get past Harvey's bat. O'Neill had gladly allowed his brilliant partner to dominate the game, but now Peter Loder drops one short, which brings him vigorously back to our notice. They actually ran 3, though there was no need for them to budge. These two batsmen have already put on more than a century, and Harvey now sets about Laker with a powerful sweep which can't help but go to the fence. Harvey again. O'Neill had scored 37 when Statham had him caught at the wicket, and a fine partnership had ended. He had batted for nearly 3 hours, and 2 left-handers were now together. With this shot, Harvey brings his side to within 2 runs of England's first innings total, and Australia has 7 wickets still standing. The 2 left-handers crossed twice, and their partnership was to end at that. There's trouble in sight for Australia because in Loder's next over, Harvey was bowled for 167. It was Harvey's 17th century in Test matches, and his departure means that 2 wickets have just fallen for the addition of only 2 runs. For the first time in this series, West Australia